What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Fringe. Yesterday, I had Premier Danielle Smith of Alberta on the show. Sorry, I'm kind of lost for words because I'm actually not too happy about what's transitioned since that interview, no pun intended. But today I have to talk a little bit about some decisions that have been made on Danielle Smith's part. Now, while I am a fan of Danielle Smith, while I've championed her and even paid her the compliment that I thought she had been one of our best premiers as of late during our interview, I now have to say that recent news that has come out is extremely disappointing about Danielle Smith and will actually affect whether or not I personally support her moving forward in another election. What am I talking about? Well, it's an issue that I've been chatting about on this channel for quite some time. I'm not even going to beat around the bush. Let's just get straight into it. If you look at this retweet from the pleb, basically sums up how I feel about this, as it's been making its rounds on Twitter today. Danielle Smith, you follow me. I hope you see this. Making your MLA submit to a re-education base because she doesn't believe trans women are real women is ridiculous. This was nothing but a humiliation ritual by woke communists. These people don't want to educate. They want you to submit it to them. Insane you would put your teammate through this to appease the woke mob. Truly disappointing. Allow Jen Johnson back into your caucus immediately or risk losing my support. I won't accept this bullying. And again, I don't think that people should be told what they do and don't have to accept about woke gender dysphoria ideology. Gender is not malleable. You're either male or female. You can't pretend to be one or the other. There's two genders. I really don't care how much heat I get for saying that. What surprises me at most, before I play this clip, is that Danielle Smith has a very, very strong relationship with Dr. Jordan Peterson. And this is very reminiscent of the re-education he was forced to undergo in order to keep his license as a psychiatrist, psychologist, however you want to put it, back in Ontario. I'm going to play the clip, and then we're going to get into what happened and how this came about, but also, again, my dismay on this. Let's get into it.
I'm going to throw it over to Victoria now, and she'll just touch on a little bit more about that.
Hi, Jennifer. I really want to thank you for meeting with us today and taking the time to try to signal that this is more of a priority for you.
Absolutely. Delighted to meet with you all.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Before I would ever say, though, that this was a productive meeting and be counted to the list of contacts that you've reached out to in the queer community, I have to know a few things of where you sit. Will you state on the record right now that trans women are women?
I've never been asked that before.
Will you say that on the record right now?
No, I want to have some time to think on that.
Okay.
So you can already see the dismay in this person because she, just like the pleb says, she won't submit. Are you going to go on the record to say what I want you to say in order to be satisfied? This is what re-education is. This is what Danielle Smith is forcing on this person. Again, I have an obligation, Danielle, on this channel to make people aware of what is going on in our politics. This is disgusting. So if you don't say what I want you to say, I hate to say it, folks, just because you put on a wig and a dress and earrings does not make you a woman. Okay? You cannot create life, despite the claims that Justin Trudeau has by putting tampons in women's bathrooms. Men do not menstruate. They are not biologically women. It is not possible.
Well, that's me. Have a great day. And I will be speaking out against this meeting because you are clearly not ready to have this. So I'm not going to be added to the list of meetings that you are going to have with people where you say, well, I met this person and this person, because no. You can't say I've had these consultations and use that as justification for you to work your way back into caucus, which is why we know you're really here. This only happens. This meeting is only happening because you're on Twitter, in the Twitter sphere, and people are debating whether or not you're going to be led back into caucus, and Premier Smith is debating that. And so you need to do some PR work, and I'm not going to be your Band-Aid. I'm not going to be your pink washing unless you can tell me right now that you believe that I, as a trans woman, right now, right here, am a woman. Then we don't have a lot to work on here. You want to talk about listening to the community? If you can't start with that basic foundational principle that we are who we say we are, in our bones, then I don't think we're on the same page for working forward.
So while this man is throwing a temper tantrum, I want to put something out there because the words just came out there. What's in their bones? Do you know what's in your bones? DNA. Your biological makeup and DNA that says you have male chromosomes, you're a man. Again, this is bullying. They're shaming her into saying, if you want to get back into caucus, you're going to say the words we want you to say. Is this really what Danielle Smith is championing? Is this really what Danielle Smith believes that we should all believe? That this is the way we need to live our lives, that we have to accept a man as a woman in order to keep our job, in order to keep a position that was put in place by the people, that the people voted for? Her constituents voted for her seat. And you're going to allow her to sit in this room, an actual woman, to be told that she must recognize a man in a wig as a woman in order to keep her job, or she's out on the streets. I will be reaching out to Jen Johnson's office, and I will be bringing Jen Johnson hopefully on the show to talk more about this, though I doubt she'll want to, because her whole future is at stake over this three-ring circus. And again, given Danielle's relationship with Dr. Jordan Peterson, I may reach out to Jordan Peterson's office as well. We chat from time to time. Maybe I'll try and get his perspective on what's going on.
So I'll give you
here.
one last chance. Are trans women women? Will you say that on the record right now?
Victoria, we can disagree on things. And
Not on that.
still
Not on
be-
my identity. No, 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 no. Not
And
on
I
that.
can still care
No.
about you, even if we disagree.
Wonderful. But I will be speaking out against this meeting 100% if you can't say that right now, because I'm not going to have you add my name to the list of meetings that you've had to show that you're, quote, doing the work, because you're not doing the work. The work is the inner work. You're learning the outer work. You're learning what you're allowed to say in public and what you're not, so you don't get in this situation again, because you got caught saying what you really thought. And you did think that, but you haven't shown that you've changed. Because if you can't respect us, then how can I work with you? If you don't believe that I am a woman sitting right here, right now, how on earth are you saying that you're working with me? What work have you done then if you can't start with, yes, Victoria, you are a woman?
Can we disagree and still respect each other?
No, goodbye.
This is a stunt. This is a man pulling a stunt. Look at this. Oh no, we can't agree to disagree. We can't be adults. We can't say you believe what you want to believe. I've always said, live your best life, put your best foot forward so long as you're not hurting anybody. You're dismantling our core values. You're taking away people's beliefs to say that if we don't call you what you want us to call you, we're somehow wrong. And what's funny is that this person is talking about rights. They're talking about we need to be able to work together. We need to be able to appreciate this and respect each other. In fact, he puts the word respect in there several times. What you're not respecting is somebody's right to choose how they see the world. Now, what led into Jen Johnson's statements? Well, here we go. Premier Mull's reinstatement of controversial MLA booted from the UCP caucus. Again, I'll be reaching out to Jennifer Johnson's office after I voice my dismay for what Danielle Smith is doing here. An Alberta MLA banned from the UCP caucus last year for comments comparing transgender youth to feces could soon be back in the ruling of Alberta's party fold. Jennifer Johnson, who'd won the nomination the previous fall, was forced to run as an independent candidate after the comments came to light about 2 weeks before the 2023 provincial election. Johnson wound up winning the Lacombe-Pinoca seat. In the days leading up to the vote on May 29th that year, Danielle Smith said the UCP's decision to keep Johnson out of caucus was final after first saying she could be given a second chance. Recently, however, Smith mused during a UCP town hall in Red Deer that Johnson could soon rejoin the United Conservative Party. Give her a chance to speak, to put out on the record what she meant, what she really said, and how she really feels, the Premier said during the town hall, adding that Johnson could be welcomed back after Smith passes new policies pertaining to trans youth. She doesn't want this debate to be about comments made during an election. The comments came from audio that had surfaced from September of 22, before Johnson won the UCP nomination, in which she is heard telling a group of that Alberta's high-ranking education system counts for little set against the issue of transgender students, comparing their presence to a batch of cookies laced with feces. Well, look at our school system. They fly pride flags every June in schools for young kids, even in kindergarten, that have no need to know about sexuality. They force woke ideologies on people, and they tell the same things that you're seeing in these re-education videos, that men are women and women are men, however they want to identify. Yeah, that's about what I'd compare it to. That little bit of poop is what wrecks it, Johnson says on the recording. It does not matter that we're on top 3% in the world. She repeated a long-denied assertion that public schools allow students to identify as cats and set out litter boxes for them. She said girls are getting double mastectomies and being chemically sterilized at age 14. Now, again, Danielle Smith came out and said we're not going to be giving medications to those under 18. This is just an MP who believes that the school systems are corrupting our youth. So why is she being booted from caucus? She said hardcore prawn is available in elementary schools and advocated for the total elimination of sex education. In April, Red Deer South's constituency group asked the UCP to reinstate Johnson into its caucus, arguing she had sufficiently made amends for the September 22 comments. Rob Smith, the party's president, told CTV News Edmonton on Monday that the UCP would welcome back Johnson into the fold, saying she has been a fantastic MLA and that he believes she met criteria set out by the premier to make amends, despite not knowing what the criteria is. We believe MLA Johnson has been working diligently away at that, and once the time is right, caucus will welcome her back. I believe it's only fair to say that the UCP members across the province are excited for that day, Smith said. Jonathan Luscombe, the founder of Lacombe Pride Society, says Johnson is not putting in the work of connecting to the community, calling her lack of effort infuriating. Again, because she refuses to say words to bow down and submit. That I'm not going to use specific terms that you want me to use because those are my personal beliefs, being told you're not allowed personal beliefs if you want to function in a provincial government. Her words are extremely harmed a lot of people and is still not consistently shown she does not care about rectifying those relationships. In a statement to CTV News Edmonton, the Central Alberta Pride Society said it condemns reinstatement of Johnson to the UCP caucus. Who cares? What percentage of them are out voting? This decision, which appears to align with the party's values, disregards the harm caused by Johnson's past remarks. They said in a statement, adding that it had multiple requests for meetings and her denied and had her ignored. Well, of course, she was bullied on video. We all just saw it. Her harmful comments, particularly those targeting transgender youth, have inflicted significant harm on the alphabet communities. By allowing her to rejoin the caucus, UCP undermines efforts to foster inclusive, safe environments, especially in schools, while vulnerable students, blah, 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 blah. This is the problem. This is the problem. It's all the same rhetoric. This is liberal style politics. Is this what we want in Alberta? Political scientist Dwayne Bratt of Calgary's Mount Royal says bringing Johnson back under the UCP banner is political play for support from Smith's base ahead of her leadership review, which is slated for November. She's not governing for Albertans. She's governing for her base of support. This is not about general electorate. She doesn't face them until 2027. Again, making a very stern point of view. I apologize for not having all that article on the screen, but here's the skinny, ladies and gentlemen. I've reached out to Danielle's people. I've reached out to her office. No comment has come back. I will be reaching out to Jennifer Johnson's office to see if she wants to come on the show. Again, I don't think that's going to happen because why would she want to speak out about this when her career's in the balance while it's out there hanging in the wind for everyone to see? But I have to say, first and foremost, how disappointed, how truly and utterly disappointed I am in Danielle Smith if, in fact, this order came down from her and if, in fact, she's more worried about her base than her constituents. I will reserve my judgment until I get a full comment on the situation. But as a diehard Albertan, I can tell you right now, this is not what I expected from Danielle Smith. I am not, I'm not impressed. I've said multiple times, I'm not sure if she deserves all the heat that she's getting for the comments she made about doubling Alberta's population. I'm not sure she deserves all the heat on the things that are going on. You can't make decisions all the time that make everybody happy. However, to force an MLA to go through this kind of procedure, this kind of bullying and battering, simply so you can virtue signal, I know Danielle Smith enough to know that she doesn't believe, or I would assume, I'll assume she doesn't believe what is being pushed here and peddled. So again, I'll reserve my judgment for a full statement. However, if this is the government we have going forward, Alberta is in big trouble, because Albertans will not support Danielle Smith behaving like this moving forward. And that only spells one thing for Alberta at the end of the day, and that means people like Naheed Nenshit taking the office and absolutely demolishing Alberta. I've got news for you, Danielle, if you're watching this video. You are not safe, and your government is not guaranteed. The Conservatives made that mistake, and that's what led to Rachel Notley in the first place, by assuming that their Conservative dynasty would forever continue. This is not how Alberta is going to operate. This is not how Alberta wants to operate, and we deserve better. I sure hope that, again, we get a statement, that we get something from your office, because this is completely and utterly, no pun intended, unacceptable. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If it's your first time here, I hope this video has earned your subscription. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so close to 40,000 subscribers. I'd like to hit 50,000 by the end of October, so if you enjoyed this, again, make sure you hit that button down below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up and a comment on the way out. It helps push us out there in the algorithm. It makes sure that YouTube, because we're mentioning alphabet communities and whatnot, are not going to suppress and push this video down. So again, your thumbs up, your comments, they all help get us out there. Hit your bell for notifications. Join me live here on the channel each and every week for Friday Night Fringe, my live streaming show where we go over everything that's happened in the previous week, everything coming up in the week ahead, and a little bit of back and forth within our community. Not only that, but we're joined by my very beautiful wife, Mrs. Fringe, who joins in on the chat as well, and we always look forward to hearing what you guys have to say each and every live stream. And again, that happens this Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central here on the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one.